stand for something, and we don't stand for something, and they don't stand for something, then we are small. If you don't stand for something, we don't stand for something, and they don't stand for something, then we are small. Then we are small.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SmackDown from Bakersfield, California. And here we go, getting it underway with the big guy. It's Ryback, and he has a unique opportunity here tonight to get a rematch with the Intercontinental Champion AJ Styles, as their match was busted apart last week by Samoa Joe after just a couple of minutes. Ryback actually did have that match well in hand on a night tonight here, ladies and gentlemen, where we have an enormous six-man tag in your main event. The Empire will be in action against Cesaro, Dolph Ziggler, and Tyson Kidd, as well as an enormous match that has direct implications for this man that's about to hit the ring now, AJ Styles, as Alberto Del Rio takes on Sami Zayn. And the winner, I understand, will be next in line to take on this man. It's the phenomenal one. It's AJ Styles, the reigning, defending Intercontinental Champion. And we are certainly off to a less chaotic start than last week here on SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen, when the Roman Empire took control of the show and took control of Jey and Jimmy Uso's father, Rikishi. They beat him into oblivion. We have an update for you later on this evening. Rikishi is in reasonably good spirits, but as I said, we'll have more later on in the show as we focus in on our first contest here tonight. Also tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the tag team champions, Sheamus and Baron Corbin, will be in action against the Vaudevillains. Of course, as we saw last week, some really combustible elements in the tag team division at the moment, as Big Show, Mark Henry, and Baron Corbin and Sheamus have a no contact clause in their contracts at the moment before Night of Champions. As we get underway here, certainly no contact clause here in this one, as Ryback links up with AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Had a phenomenal match with Sami Zayn at Backlash. Absolutely incredible action coming out of the Intercontinental division here at the moment, and this should be absolutely no different. And what would this mean for Ryback as well? This would be absolutely enormous for Ryback if he could get a win over the Intercontinental Champion here tonight. He had that opportunity. He was lining him up for a meat hook clothesline, but Samoa Joe hitting the ring, tearing apart the ring, and everybody in it. And later tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Edge comes out to talk about the odd demands that Samoa Joe made on Monday Night Raw just past. Samoa Joe claiming he wants to face both Batista and Chris Jericho at Night of Champions in a 2-on-1 match. A very unique request where I'm yet to figure out exactly why he would want to face two men at once, but maybe he's just playing some mind games there. No mind games from AJ Styles. This is a straight drop kick to the chin. And AJ Styles goes to work on Ryback, but look at that. Oh, the quickness of Ryback to just shoot in for a belly-to-belly suplex, taking AJ Styles right out of his game, as well as that right hand right to the face. Ryback helps AJ Styles back to his feet and then helps him off them again with a snapmare. Ryback already imposing his will. And this is what happens. If Ryback's able to slow the pace and keep AJ Styles grounded, he can control this match. This is what he's got to do, and crowd not real pleased with that. Not real pleased with the tactics of Ryback, but this is Ryback's game. This is how he works. And oh, there's a headbutt, a stiff headbutt from Ryback, and he shoots it again. And look at the power of Ryback, up and down. A huge power slam from the big guy, who is keen to make an impression here to really show Edge and the Intercontinental division. You can hear this crowd getting right behind Ryback. Into the cover. Two, and kicking out. Well, there's at least a section of this audience that is with Ryback. It's AJ Styles able to counter. Now take the big man off his feet and try and wear him down. Try and cut off the oxygen to the brain. You've heard me say it before. It's exactly what you've got to do. Keep the big people grounded. I've said it about Nia Jax. I've said it about all kinds of competitors. The Big Show, Mark Henry. Keep them grounded. Keep them off their feet. They lose their power if they're on the ground. You see Ryback. As soon as he gets control, look at that shot from Ryback. And another one. The double axe handles. The double axe handle. And that lights up AJ Styles. And now Ryback, very slowly, the strength, the brooding strength, AJ Styles down. Oh my God, right across the ribs. And Ryback in firm control of this match, much to the dismay of Bakersfield. It's AJ Styles now, though. Gonna fight back. Can he get the big man up? He certainly can! Perfect technique from AJ Styles. That's why he's the Intercontinental Champion. Shot to the gut of Ryback, and this is exactly where he's got to be. Keep him there, AJ. There's a chop right across that ample chest of Ryback, but he's up to his feet, and a meat hook clothesline out of nowhere. Into the cover goes Ryback. 2 and 3, no! Oh, that was so close to being over. A meat hook clothesline absolutely buried AJ Styles into the ground. And Ryback, just like that, the click of a finger, takes control of this match. And now Ryback just tossing AJ Styles out of the ring. Good Lord. The power of Ryback absolutely unmitigated. This is where he is at his most dangerous, in the elements. Ryback just hammering away on the Intercontinental Champion. What a showing this is for the big guy. So competitive, this division. As Ryback puts him straight back in the ring. There's an elbow right across the bridge of the nose, and AJ Styles is in enormous trouble here. And look at Ryback looking around. He's saying, is this all you've got? Is this the Intercontinental Champion? He tries to get back to his feet, but Ryback just puts him straight back down. And this doesn't look good for AJ. As Ryback now, oh, did you hear that? The slap on his throat. Look at the power. And up and down with a power slam. And Ryback's lighting him up. Ryback is going to light him up. He's going to look for another meat hook clothesline. Ryback in control. Head of steam in. Oh! What a counter. What a counter from Styles. Into the cover too. No. AJ Styles countered the meat hook clothesline into a power slam. Now you've got to stay on him, AJ. This is desperation times for Styles. Has to stay on him. And now AJ hooks him up and over. A tilt-a-whirl DDT. AJ Styles making his move now. This crowd are on their feet. The phenomenal one to the top. And down with an elbow. AJ Styles is cooking in Bakersfield. 1, got him 2, got him 3, no. Ryback stays alive. AJ Styles trying to stay on him. AJ's gonna go high risk again. AJ Styles to the top. Ryback to his feet. AJ thinks twice about it. That's the experience. The experience of AJ Styles. Ryback though, with a snapmare. He let Ryback in. Oh, an elbow from Styles. A counter from Styles. And now Styles with a snapmare. So much on the line for Ryback and AJ Styles. Ryback with the potential to jump the queue for the Intercontinental title, and AJ Styles fighting for momentum. The threats just keep piling up for Styles, and they're going to keep piling up here. The big guy fights out. Ryback fights out, grabs a headlock. Now what's he thinking? Flops Styles onto the ropes. Ryback whips him in. Oh! An enormous stomp, and now what the hell's Ryback doing? Ryback getting incredibly frustrated. He's grabbed a baseball bat, for God's sake. He threw it in the ring. He threw it at AJ Styles. And now Ryback. I think he did that just to distract him. He must have done that just to distract him. The referee's picked it up. And now, a belly-to-belly suplex. Complete chaos here. Ryback trying to throw a distraction in. You can tell he's exhausted and getting desperate. Ryback with a shot to AJ Styles. With a shot to AJ Styles. Look out! AJ Styles out of nowhere. Lifts up the big man up and down with a Styles clash. A Styles clash to Ryback. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. And AJ Styles ekes one out against the big guy who tried the distraction tactics. Look at this. Went for a meat hook clothesline. It was counted into a power slam. And then AJ Styles takes the opportunity that Ryback let him in. Up and down with the Styles clash. And AJ Styles picks up an impressive win here to kick off SmackDown. And AJ Styles now will turn his attention to the winner of Sami Zayn and Ryback, but the phenomenal one looks phenomenal tonight as usual. But later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be Sami Zayn and Alberto Del Rio. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, as I mentioned, the 6-man main event. It'll be the Empire versus Cesaro, Dolph Ziggler and Tyson Kidd, with the extra stipulation that if Roman Reigns' team loses, he defends his title next week. Back in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. As I just mentioned, the main event for this evening just got even more important. If the Empire loses, Roman Reigns is forced to defend his World Heavyweight Championship next week on SmackDown. So huge implications. But who will the title shot go to? That's the question. Speaking of title shots, it's the tag team champions of the world, Sheamus and Baron Corbin. And I genuinely hope, no, they are wearing those heinous shirts that profess that they are better than Andre the Giant. They call themselves the Giant Slayers. Of course, both men are winners of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. They teamed up. They got in the face of Big Show and Mark Henry, the Hall of Destruction. And well, the rest is history. At Backlash, we saw an impressive performance from these two. They got it done against Big Show and Mark Henry. And now this rivalry between the two has gotten to the point where Edge and Shane McMahon have had to put a clause that, well, they can't touch each other. And if they do, Sheamus and Baron Corbin will be stripped of their tag team titles. And if, well, Big Show and Mark Henry touch Sheamus and Baron Corbin, they will never get a shot at the tag titles ever again, as we are set for our second piece of action here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as the incredible matches roll on here on SmackDown. Sheamus hooks him straight up in a belly-to-belly suplex. Later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned, huge implications for the Intercontinental title. Alberto Del Rio takes on Sami Zayn. It's Sami Zayn's last gasp efforts to try and get back in the reckoning for the Intercontinental title as Sheamus quickly gets around the back, lifts him up and a back suplex. Beautiful stuff from Sheamus. And you got to say, you got to give them their props, even though their shirts suggest that they're better than Andre the Giant, which is highly debatable. These guys have been absolutely incredible since teaming up. There was a few little teething issues, but ultimately they have been a dominant tag team. Now Sheamus wearing away Aiden English here. Sheamus has just not relented. Another back suplex to Aiden English. And Sheamus is in firm control, thinks he's done enough, falls into the cover, hand over the mouth, 2, and just a 2 count, but an early 2 count. Aiden English already feeling the pain early. Aiden English though counters. Oh, there's another counter right to the bridge of the nose, a knee from Sheamus. And the bruising Irishman has been in control of this match the whole time. Look at the power. That gut wrench. All the way over goes Sheamus, and Sheamus has not let up on Aiden English. who's feeling the pinch early. And look out, up and down with white noise. Sheamus has destroyed Aiden English into the cover. That'll do it. 2 and no. Aiden English just barely in this. There's Sheamus now. Simon Gotch hasn't even been in this match. Sheamus with the tag to Baron Corbin. And if this is what I think it is, Baron Corbin in off the ropes. Oh! There's that big boot, the assisted big boot. Knocked off the apron, into the cover, surely not. And 3. Good Lord. Sheamus and Baron Corbin absolutely destroying the Vaudevillains. That was as emphatic as you'll see. And just like this move, oh, look at that. Right off the nose. Baron Corbin into the cover. Simon Gotch doesn't even make it into the ring for the entirety of the match. An easy night for Sheamus and Baron Corbin, the reigning defending tag team champions. What an impressive display. Oh! And oh no. It's going to be Big Show and Mark Henry. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, these two teams can't touch each other. If they do, there's huge ramifications, and here they are. The Hall of Destruction. The tension has gone up to 10 here in Bakersfield. And they are not scheduled for a match, Big Show and Mark Henry, but they are making their way down to the ring. What on earth is this? I have a feeling that Big Show and Mark Henry are just here to make their presence felt. You can see Baron Corbin and Sheamus have exited the ring. They don't want to relinquish their titles. And I think this is just a message from the Hall of Destruction. Look at Mark Henry in their face. This is simply a message of we are here and we aren't going away. Well, ladies and gentlemen, later on this evening, Edge invites Batista to SmackDown. Of course, Batista is exclusively on Raw, but he's got a pass tonight to come and discuss the Samoa Joe odd demands that we've seen. Tonight, Edge tries to convince Chris Jericho and Batista to team up against Samoa Joe and eliminate the threat. Back here in the arena, ladies and gentlemen, and we've got another rematch, but this time it's going to be slightly different. If you'll recall, the main event of SmackDown last week, we went off the air with a celebration from this man, Jack Swagger, who, well, he won the main event in very, very controversial fashion with a distraction from Summer Rae, which you can see here. It's a clear distraction. But Edge has made the ruling that this match will take place with nobody at ringside. Summer Rae banned from ringside, and Neville will get his fair crack at the All-American wrestler, Jack Swagger, who has come out here to a chorus of boos. I don't think people really favoured the way that Jack Swagger got that done. He got an enormous opportunity to main event SmackDown against Neville, handed to him by Edge, and he chose the low road. And I think people were pretty disappointed in that, me included. But no one was more disappointed than this man, Neville. I'll wait for the explosion to die down as the man that gravity forgot is making his presence felt here in Bakersfield. What an atmosphere. These two brought the house down last week, and they're set to do the same here tonight. Neville gets a fair crack at winning this match. He had the match fairly well in hand. He hit the red arrow. Jack Swagger did kick out, but Neville was closing in on victory and was distracted at ringside by Summer Rae, and it's really come to light, hasn't it? Exactly what the partnership between Summer Rae and Jack Swagger is all about. And it was all about furthering Jack Swagger's career. And Summer Rae is looking to get herself into the title picture for the women's title as well, as we are underway for the second time in 2 weeks. Neville doesn't take a backward step, locks straight up with Jack Swagger, takes the back immediately. and down. And this is what having an even playing field does. You don't have to worry about distractions. But if you're going to wrestle with Jack Swagger, you've got to bring your A game. Incredible amateur wrestling background for Jack Swagger as he takes Neville down. Immediately takes that head. Look at how tight that headlock is. And Jack Swagger only relents when he gets a cheap shot into him. And Neville in trouble. Up and down with a German suplex. And Jack Swagger takes control of this one early on. You cannot doubt the ability of Jack Swagger. That is never been in question. That's not what we're questioning. As Neville whips him in and there's a quick Japanese arm drag. Neville quickly taking back the ascension, locking in that headlock, and this is what I'm talking about. Jack Swagger's all of 6'4", ladies and gentlemen. If you take him off his feet, he loses his power, and that's exactly what Neville's doing. He's got to use his pace, his quickness, his high-flying ability to get on top of Jack Swagger. He'll dominate you on the mat. He'll dominate you on the mat 9 times out of 10. He's a world-class athlete, a world-class amateur wrestler. So this is where you got to keep it. Keep it moving quickly. Here comes Swagger now, elbowing his way out. An action-packed evening, ladies and gentlemen, already. Our third match of the night here as Jack Swagger whips him in. Look out! Oh! And a wheelbarrow German suplex. Jack Swagger, and now he takes the ascendancy. Absolutely incredible move. Jack Swagger trying to hold Neville still, but that's an easier task to be said than to be done, and Neville fights out again. And that's one thing Neville's not going to stop doing, and that's fight. Neville drags him back in and up and down with a Frankensteiner perfect. Absolute perfect Hurricane Rana. Perfect form from the high-flying Neville. The man that gravity forgot. As Neville now, he's going to have a German of his own. No, Jack Swagger with a perfect counter. These two already getting to know each other really well here. As Jack Swagger now, look out, takes him down. This is dangerous. This is where Jack Swagger is so dangerous. Referee's got to break it and does. Jack Swagger immediately going after the base of Neville. And there's an elbow to the back of the head. That's less technical, and so's that, a right hand. But now Jack Swagger hooks him up, swings him around. And that swinging suplex into a neckbreaker type sort of move. Not sure what you call that. Oh, Neville with a good counter. Neville with a brilliant counter. And he's full of them. As Neville now, can he get the big man up and down? Yes, he can! And a sit-out powerbomb from Neville. What offense we've seen already in this match. Absolutely incredible. Swagger trying to get to his feet. These guys giving each other everything already. Neville back suplex, perfect again. It's one thing you'll notice about both of these men. Perfect form on all of this. Absolutely incredible athletes. Swagger, oh, Swagger shot in, took out the base. We've seen that put people away. He shot in, took out the knee of Neville, into the cover. That could be enough. 2, no, it's not enough. Jack Swagger, seemingly out of nowhere. Neville with a snapmare. He's got to try and stay on his feet here. Neville tried to scooch around, but Jack Swagger got to his feet too quickly. Now Swagger takes his time. Oh, and he just shot Neville off, and look out, up and down with a German suplex. A German suplex, and gravity is getting familiar with Neville at the moment. He's spending a lot of time on the ground as Jack Swagger now starts to put the boots to Neville. And Swagger is in control. He's been so impressive in this match. Swagger flips him around, and now a Russian leg sweep. And Swagger has this match well in hand, but the exhaustion might just be creeping in. A little bit of hesitation to get up. This has got to be Swagger's chance here. It has to be Swagger's chance. He's got to take it. Shoots it again. Up and down, and a slam to Neville. And he is in firm control of this match. He is in firm control. This match, oh, Neville with a quick elbow. Flips him around, up and over, oh, the reverse Ken Runner, absolutely out of nowhere. This crowd has come unglued. The reverse Ken Runner to Swagger 2, got him, 3, no. So close, and now Neville building some momentum. This crowd is firmly behind Neville. And now what's Neville thinking? What's Neville got planned here? Oh, that big clothesline over the top. We've seen this before. The man that gravity forgot. A full head of steam over the top. dive that gravity forgot. All the way over the top. What an incredible dive. And Neville back in the ring. And what's he thinking here? Onto the apron. Neville! Unbelievable offense from Neville. This crowd are on their feet. Oh, for God's sake. She's meant to be banned from ringside. Wait a minute. It's Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch. And she says, no way. Not today. And she takes Summer Rae backstage. Who sent her out here? Was it Edge or was it Neville? Look out. Oh. And it's completely broken down here. The referee's at a count of 9. The referee's at a count of 9. And this match has been thrown out. Oh my God. If you think this is over, you are sorely mistaken, ladies and gentlemen. And well, the dust has settled. What an absolutely incredible evening we've had here, ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to be joined by the general manager, Edge, who's had his work cut out for him in the last couple of weeks, trying to put out little spot fires everywhere. And Edge is here tonight to try and broker a deal between Raw and SmackDown to meet Samoa Joe's demands. He says if his demands aren't met, he will continue to tear the shows apart. But I think both general managers see the value in Samoa Joe. And I personally, I don't understand the demands. I think they're crazy. I think they're erroneous. I think the fact that Samoa Joe has the arrogance to want to take on 2 men is crazy. This crowd red hot for the general manager. And it looks as though we are going to be joined by Batista. And this is an unprecedented event, ladies and gentlemen. A Raw superstar is about to arrive on SmackDown. And here he is. He could be the key to solving the Samoa Joe issue. Hang on. And Batista making himself, well, he's making himself welcome on a very temporary appearance on SmackDown. The tension in this arena is at an all-time high at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Samoa Joe has stated that, well, he's happy to let these discussions take place. He has his demands in place. He wants to make an impact. He feels his entire career he's been held back. He feels like he has never been given the proper opportunity to be the very best that he can be. And so he said to Edge and Shane, I want to face the 2 best that you've got. I want to face Batista and Chris Jericho 2-on-1. Can you believe the arrogance of Samoa Joe to want to face the Animal and Y2J 2-on-1 at Night of Champions? But he wants to claim, but he wants to say that he is his own brand and isn't defined by a single brand. Well, Batista has said he's in, and that wasn't hard at all. Batista has just said, well, I'm going to make it easy. And well, this might not be as easy. But we have one participant for Night of Champions, ladies and gentlemen. Batista making it short and sweet. He says, I'm in. There is absolutely no question. Batista will do anything he can to get his hands on Samoa Joe. And I'm assuming after last week, Chris Jericho is the same, because Chris Jericho came out, he got in the face of Samoa Joe. He ran Samoa Joe off. And Y2J, the Ayatollah of rock and roller, is in the building. And he looks pretty confident, he looks pretty cocky, but that's just Y2J for you. Making his way to the ring. And I'm hoping to just say yes as well. I'm hoping it was as easy as Batista. Because Batista clearly will do anything it takes to get his hands on Samoa Joe. And if that's 2-on-1, then so be it. Well, I mean, we knew this was happening, didn't we? Jericho was never going to be easy. Well, it is. I think it makes a lot of sense. If that's what he wants, then... So did you. You said you wanted to be traded to Raw. For God's sake. Is this really where we're at right now? I mean, we have one of the biggest threats to both brands that we've ever seen. And yeah, okay, Batista saying either way he's whipping Joe's ass, and Batista's taking off. I mean, he's calling Adam. I mean, this guy is a piece of work. And Chris Jericho has said no. So what on earth does that mean? Well, ladies and gentlemen, back in the arena, and I can't believe what we've just seen. I cannot believe what we have just seen. But we are set for our co-main event of the evening. It's going to be Sami Zayn versus Alberto Del Rio, but we have some breaking news. Samoa Joe has just tweeted out, looks like the more chaos is on the cards. Since Edge has no spine, stay tuned. And well, Chris Jericho's really done it now, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't meet Samoa Joe's demands, so Samoa Joe has said he's going to cause some more chaos until this can be sorted out. I mean, is this really what Samoa Joe wants? Does he really want this match, or does he just want to watch the world burn? I think it has a lot of the Joker about it. I really do. I think he just wants to cause chaos. I mean, he doesn't even have to be here to cause chaos. Anyway, we have to move on. We have to shift gears. This is an enormous match, ladies and gentlemen. Huge implications for the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn gets his last crack at getting a chance to face AJ Styles. So this match has just become incredibly important. We've seen both of these men push AJ Styles to the limit. And well, Alberto Del Rio certainly doesn't seem very popular here in Bakersfield. Your co-main event gets underway shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the main event tonight. It will be that enormous six-man tag match. The Empire will take on Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, and Dolph Ziggler. If the Empire loses, their leader has to defend the WWE World Heavyweight Championship next week, live on SmackDown. And I guarantee you he doesn't want to do that. And it looks as though Del Rio has a problem with someone in the crowd. It's probably not the first time for Alberto Del Rio. But he is an absolutely immense competitor and a huge threat to the Intercontinental title if he's able to get over this monumental hurdle of Sami Zayn here tonight. Incredible atmosphere around this arena, ladies and gentlemen. And this should be an instant classic. It's all about wrestling here tonight. We've seen some combustible elements, and this is another one of those elements. Alberto Del Rio, look at the shape Alberto Del Rio's in. Phenomenal. Pun not intended there, but Sami Zayn, Alberto Del Rio. Essentially a number one contenders match for the Intercontinental title, if you want to put it as blazing as that. And Del Rio straight away going to take it to Sami Zayn with a drop kick. He just walked straight up to Sami Zayn and absolutely blasted him. And now Zayn linking up with Del Rio, but that may have rocked Zayn as Del Rio takes him off his feet into the headlock. So early advantage for Del Rio. Very smart. Sami Zayn, I think he might have been expecting the tie-up. But instead, he got a drop kick right to the mush, and that's going to set you back. Sami Zayn slings him into the ropes here. Del Rio up and then over goes Sami Zayn, and then the Del Rio cleans him out again with an enormous clothesline. Del Rio whips him into the ropes here, and Sami Zayn with a perfect arm drag. Sami Zayn getting back the momentum. Look at the elevation on that knee right to the face of Alberto Del Rio. This match has got classic written all over it. Both of these men, of course. We got Del Rio there taking the arm. Both of these men, as I was saying, have pushed AJ Styles to the limit. Edge saw fit to give them both a chance to get the chance to be the Intercontinental Champion, I guess. As Del Rio, with a crucifix. Sami Zayn landed right on the back of his head. Del Rio thinks he may have done enough there, but Sami Zayn trying to get back to his feet, and that's always the case with Zayn. He's always a fighter. As Del Rio hooks under the legs, or in between the legs there, spinning him around, getting more torque on that back suplex. Del Rio, a ring veteran of many years. Sami Zayn the same, both from very different backgrounds, one from Mexico. Of course, Del Rio used to wrestle under a mask and then came to WWE. Made a huge impact in WWE and then traveled throughout the independent circuit. So they followed similar paths, just on sort of different axis. Sami Zayn trying to go. Oh my God, did you see that? Double spinning heel kick, taking Sami Zayn right off his feet. And that's the danger of Alberto Del Rio. That MMA background into the cover, just to one count. Sami Zayn kicks out, showing that fight. A double wheel kick almost, and Del Rio takes the arm again, no doubt in anticipation for looking for that cross arm breaker. And Del Rio is just working away on Sami Zayn. Doesn't let him get to his feet. Nothing is easy when you face Alberto Del Rio. Very impressive performance so far. Del Rio, much to the dismay of this Bakersfield crowd, who have witnessed an incredible night here so far. Del Rio now whipping Zayn in, face first into the turnbuckle. Del Rio wasting no time, no wasted movement with Del Rio. Shot to the back. He loads up Sami Zayn, and look out here. And a German suplex, and Sami Zayn lands on his stomach. And Alberto Del Rio has taken control here. Del Rio, backstabber. The backstabber to Sami Zayn. Down into the cover. That'll do it. 2, no. Sami Zayn, the underdog from the underground, is pushing to try and stay in this match. But here's Del Rio. Del Rio with a clothesline. Sends him over the top. Del Rio, the thoughts are going through his head. Del Rio with a full head of steam. And Alberto Del Rio has been incredibly impressive here tonight. Taking it to Sami Zayn. Dominating this match. Del Rio back in the ring. And again you see Del Rio trying to take it to the head of Sami Zayn. How on earth does he find this? How on earth does Sami Zayn find the heart? But here's Del Rio again. And again, face first. Oh, there's a shot to the back. And Del Rio will cut you off. This is exactly what he does. Bounces him off. Del Rio, no wasted movement, no wasted motion, and no wasted opportunity to hurt his opponent. And that's what makes him so good. And that's why he is an enormous threat should he be able to get through this match. And I think he may have here. He's lifeless as he rolls over Sami Zayn. 2, 3, he's got him. Yep, no, he doesn't have it. Alberto Del Rio getting frustrated. He can't put away Sami Zayn. Couple of stiff right hands there from Del Rio. Into the corner again. And Del Rio is really taking it to Sami Zayn. Zayn is in enormous trouble. And now Del Rio, what is he thinking? A backstabber from the top rope. And that's gotta do it. That's gotta do it. Del Rio off the ropes, and Sami Zayn slid out. Sami Zayn slid out, and Del Rio saying, come on. Is that all you got? But did that buy Sami Zayn enough time? grabs the arm, sits down. And now Zayn. Zayn picks him up. Blue Thunder Bomb from Sami Zayn. 2, no! Zayn so close. He's trying to get his composure. Del Rio back to his feet here. Zayn with a counter over the back, up and down with a back suplex. Sami Zayn is fighting back. He's right back in this. Zayn whips him into the corner. Sami Zayn, Helluva kick to Del Rio. Zayn falls into the cover. 1, got him. 2, got him. 3, no! Sami Zayn so close. This crowd are on their feet. Sami Zayn very nearly got back in contention. Oh, Del Rio floors him with a huge shot down into the cover. Del Rio desperate, still has his bell rung, and Sami Zayn kicks out. What a match. Zayn quickly back to his feet, taken off again by Del Rio, and he continues to work that arm, and that's really intelligent, because this might be the kind of match you've got to win by submission. Del Rio working over Sami Zayn. Look at this. Look at the torque on that arm. Almost trying to pull out that previously injured shoulder of Sami Zayn that he's had surgically repaired. But Sami Zayn needs to fight out. He absolutely has to fight out. Sami Zayn trying to find something. Whips him into the corner. Zayn exhausted. Look at how exhausted Sami Zayn is as he walks over to him. And now what's he thinking? Zayn up and over on the ropes and a tilt-a-whirl DDT. Incredible offense from Sami Zayn. Get the cover, Sami. He's got him. 1, 2, no. Del Rio's still alive. These men throwing everything at each other. Both men to their feet at the same time. Sami Zayn whips him in, up and down, another arm drag, and now Sami Zayn's going to go high risk. This is what it takes. This is what the Intercontinental title means to these men. Sami Zayn up and down with a huge splash, a massive splash. Sami Zayn, he's working with Del Rio up and over. How on earth is either man fighting this? Del Rio hooks him up and down. Oh, into the arm breaker, into the cross-arm breaker. Sami Zayn's in enormous trouble. Del Rio lets it go. But now he's stalking. Del Rio stalking Sami Zayn. Hooks him up, rolls him over, rolls him through. And an enormous super kick. Del Rio into the cover. Got him 1, got him 2, got him 3. And Alberto Del Rio wins an instant classic here on SmackDown. What a performance. Alberto Del Rio pulls out perhaps the biggest win of his career and launches himself into contention for the Intercontinental title. And after a performance like that, what an enormous opportunity. What an incredible performance from Alberto Del Rio. And I'm sure, well, the crowd's not happy about it, but I'm sure AJ Styles was watching that performance. Alberto Del Rio launches himself into the spotlight here tonight.
The Intercontinental Champion represents a lot of money and a lot of prestige. I had to beat 15 of the best wrestlers in the world in the tournament, and I came out on top. So I don't care who the world champion is. I am the Intercontinental Champion, and I'm the best in the world today.
Back in the arena, ladies and gentlemen. Night of Champions coming your way very soon. And speaking of Night of Champions, this could have enormous ramifications on who walks into Night of Champions as the World Heavyweight Champion. Because if the Roman Empire lose this match, Roman Reigns is forced to defend his World Heavyweight title next week in the main event. Incredible stipulation made from Edge earlier this evening as Dolph Ziggler makes his way to the ring. He, of course, is a former World Heavyweight Champion. He cashed in on Alberto Del Rio the night after WrestleMania, one of the most historic moments in WWE history. Dolph Ziggler is looking to get himself back in the frame, but it does create some sort of disconnect, I guess, between these three competitors, Ziggler, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, because who gets the shot? Is it the guy who pins? Edge has said that they can figure that out themselves. And here we go. We are about to see the return of the Swiss Superman, and look at this. A show of solidarity here against the Roman Empire, matching gear. And the former World Heavyweight, the former Tag Team Champions and a former World Heavyweight Champion, I guess, in Cesaro, make their way to the ring. The Brass Ring Club is back in effect. And this is a real show of strength. Cesaro and Tyson Kidd joining up yet again to try and take out the threat that is the Roman Empire. Cesaro, of course, was absent last week due to a rib injury. He was medically suspended by the WWE. And Tyson Kidd, of course, putting up a fight trying to save Rikishi from that heinous attack, as well as Dolph Ziggler, which led to this match, and it led to Edge making the stipulation that Roman Reigns will be forced to defend his title should the Empire lose this match here tonight. And here they come. Listen to this place. They cannot stand the Roman Empire, and who can blame them, honestly? Absolutely heinous what they did to their own blood. Roman Reigns had the blood of his own family on his hands, and the Usos had the blood of their own father, their immediate family, on their hands, and they still show themselves in public. And the Usos, they have been quoted as saying, "Our father's legacy was built on being a laughingstock. It was built on comedy. We are not building our legacy on being a laughingstock." And if that's the only reason they beat up their own father, then it shows what kind of people they are as we're underway here. Dolph Ziggler, one half of the Usos, Jey Uso, starting in the ring, up and down with a back suplex. Early start. These despicable Usos and Roman Reigns. I mean, even Jimmy Uso, he showed some heart last week. He tried to talk Roman Reigns out of the ring, but he kept pounding away. And then they came back. They took their father to the back, they threw him on the floor, and then they came back and took out Dolph Ziggler and saved Dolph Ziggler. They saved Roman Reigns. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. There's a beautiful power slam there from Dolph Ziggler, and he's looking for a measure of revenge here tonight, and he may well be staring down the barrel of a title opportunity. That's what's on the line here. There's a back suplex and a kip up. Dolph Ziggler on fire early in this one. Taking it to Jey Uso, who fires off a forearm and then a couple of right hands and then a chop. Good combination. And there's absolutely no doubting these guys are absolutely incredible athletes. Incredible athletes. Nobody has ever doubted their in-ring ability. It's in their blood. But it's the way they use it. It's the way they've used this talent to watch the world burn. And it's despicable. It really is. And there you see that elbow right to the crown of Dolph Ziggler's head. And there's an elbow right to the chest this time. You can hear the crowd getting behind Dolph Ziggler. Certainly one of the most popular members of the WWE Universe. Snap suplex from Dolph Ziggler, much to the applause of his teammates, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Speaking of Cesaro, he's into this match. This is the first time we've seen Cesaro back in the ring since Backlash, where he got so close to winning back his World Heavyweight Championship from Roman Reigns. Whips him in. Cesaro stops him in his tracks and up and down Michinoku driver, perfect. That's the wrestling ability of Cesaro. Takes the neck and slows the pace. The Swiss Superman, the man who is an uppercut above. Taking it here to one half of the Usos. Let's see now. Picks him up though. And a Michinoku driver of his own. So trading moves early in this match. Now gets a tag to his brother. And it's going to be Jimmy coming into the ring, but Cesaro shot in. And a belly-to-belly suplex from Cesaro. Now Cesaro, with a knee. And there is no love lost here, ladies and gentlemen. Cesaro has had his own share of troubles with the Roman Empire, perhaps more than any. See Cesaro now. Whips him in, whips him back. Oh, beautiful shoulder block there from Cesaro. And he's taking control. And he is in control. No wasted movement into a suplex. Absolutely clinical from Cesaro. That's what he's all about. I think pound for pound he's the best wrestler I've ever seen. A knockout! The unmitigated strength into the European uppercut. One, got in two, no! Jimmy Uso only just escaping the clutches of Cesaro, only to having his neck turned into a right angle there, and Cesaro taking it right to him and now stalking. Cesaro might be able to put him away here. Cesaro might be able to put him away here. He's looking for it. Can he hit it? Can he get it? Up and down with a neutralizer. Cesaro with the neutralizer. Get the cover. Get the cover. No, he's in the ropes. His hand was under the ropes. His hand was under the ropes, but Cesaro not wasting any time here. Snap suplex. This crowd has come alive. And now Cesaro gonna let Tyson Kidd get some here. Tyson Kidd with a shot. Jimmy Uso desperately looking for a tag, and gets a tag to his brother. And Tyson Kidd gets taken out with an uppercut. Jey Uso all the way over, takes out Dolph Ziggler. Takes out Dolph Ziggler. Up. What is this? What is this? No. Oh my God. A pile driver. A pile driver to Tyson Kidd. And Jey Uso is taking it to Tyson Kidd now. How good is the Roman Empire though? I mean, we don't agree with how they do things, but their natural ability, there's a super kick right to the jaw, one, and just a one count. Tyson Kidd running on pure adrenaline here, and he gets the tag to Cesaro. Tyson Kidd with a much needed tag to Cesaro, and here comes Cesaro again. Cesaro coming up huge here, and a suplex. Back and forth action. A measure of revenge for Cesaro, but look out, there's a shoulder block. A shoulder block. Oh, and a chop. And a chop, much to the dismay here of this crowd. Cesaro whips him in, up and over with a back body drop. And Cesaro is cooking here. You think he hasn't been waiting for this chance? One might have him. Just a one count. Just a one count. Roman Reigns is yet to be in this match. And I think that's somewhat tactical from Roman Reigns. And unsurprising as well, really, isn't it, when you think about it? He doesn't want to get in there with Cesaro. He doesn't want to get in there with Tyson Kidd or Dolph Ziggler. He's been relying on the help of his two goons. Oh, there's a Russian leg sweep. A Russian leg sweep to Cesaro. As Jey Uso gets back the momentum here. And another Russian leg sweep, just rattling the insides of Cesaro. Here we go. Bring your brother in. These two, I mean, you just cannot deny how well they work as a team, but Cesaro hooked him up and floated over in the snap there. And now he's got him here, snap suplex, no. Roman Reigns, that's Roman Reigns' first. Yeah, look at this. He'll get you while you're not looking. He'll get you while you're not looking. And look at this, Cesaro. He wants nothing but to get his hands on Roman Reigns, but he gets caught. A Samoan drop. Oh, look at this here. Just taking it to Cesaro, who's been a little bit isolated here. And now he's down. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and this does not surprise me. Does it surprise you? It doesn't surprise me at all. Roman Reigns coming in to pick apart Cesaro, who's been taken out by his goons. This ain't the first time we've seen this. There's a huge clothesline from Roman Reigns, who's now taking his opportunity to get some in on Cesaro. Now Roman Reigns with a headbutt. A headbutt to Cesaro. Listen to this crowd right on them. Roman Reigns trying to take the glory here. Gets the cover too. Only a 2 count. Cesaro kicks out. But Roman Reigns picking his moment perfectly. The Usos do the work. They isolated Cesaro, and now Roman Reigns is picking him apart. Huge clothesline. And look at this. I mean, please. Roman Reigns only enters the ring when Cesaro's down. Won't go face to face with him. But here is Cesaro. Hooks him up and a German suplex to Roman Reigns. A German suplex to Roman Reigns. Cesaro now. What was he looking for? But Roman Reigns got straight back up to his feet and dropped Cesaro down again. And Roman Reigns is now going to line up Cesaro. He's going to look for that Superman punch. We saw him lay out Rikishi with it as well. And now he's laid out Cesaro into the cover, and that will do it too. And no! Cesaro is still there. Cesaro is still alive, but he's been isolated by the Roman Empire. And I've got to say, they are wrestling the perfect match here at the moment. But Cesaro got him in a cravat, up and over. And is that going to buy Cesaro enough time? Is that going to buy Cesaro enough time? It is. He gets the tag to Tyson Kidd. You've got to go, Tyson. You've got to move. Up and down right in front of him. Tyson Kidd failing to capitalize. And yeah, Roman Reigns gets a little bit hairy. And he'll tag out the fresh man. Worries Roman Reigns too much. There's a snap suplex. A snap suplex from Jay. Rolls him over, and I mean, that's typical Roman Reigns. The fresh man gets in, he tags out, he'll pick the bones. Oh. There's a DDT. You can feel the tension around the arena at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. It is palpable. And here we go. In the wrong part of town here, and look at this. Roman Reigns, of course. What the hell is Reigns doing? What the hell is Reigns doing here? Roman Reigns up the top rope with a splash. Oh my God. And into the cover. That could be enough. 1, 2. No. Dolph Ziggler breaks up the pin. And this is going to break down here. This is going to break down. There's spot fires all over the ring. There's spot fires all over the ring. Cesaro taking it to one half of the Usos. Cesaro pushes him off. Cesaro uppercut. An uppercut. This is completely broken down. Have a look at Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler on the other side now. Dolph Ziggler on the other side. Pounding away. Pounding away. The Usos getting waylaid. Wait a minute. Tyson Kidd in the ring. Tyson Kidd in the ring. 2. Got him. No, surely not. He got it. Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd rolled up Roman Reigns. Oh my God! Tyson Kidd rolls up Roman Reigns. Cesaro and Ziggler have fought with the Usos into the crowd. I can't even see them. But Tyson Kidd has pinned a world champion. Oh, look out. For God's sake. Roman Reigns got rolled up, he got pinned, and now look at this. The sneak attack. Is there any other way that Roman Reigns operates? Look out. And a spear. Short-lived glory for Tyson Kidd. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Roman Reigns cocks up that fist. And just like last week, Roman Reigns pounding away on Tyson Kidd. Look at this. God, for God's sake. Will this guy stop at absolutely nothing? But what we know now, ladies and gentlemen, look out, Tyson Kidd just thrown to the outside of the ring. Roman Reigns. He can't let anyone have anything. He can't be outsmarted. But the fact is, Roman Reigns here tonight was pinned. So next week, ladies and gentlemen, that man, Roman Reigns, defends his World Heavyweight Championship. But against who?